Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Schway at Schwarbage, a Batman, Bat fan, Bat review, Bat pod, Batcast. I'm Will.
I'm Jack.
And I just bought a $400 suit. Guys, I am so excited.
Yeah?
What?
I have it hanging up in
What
my
kind of
fucking
suit?
closet. It's a jet black suit.
Mm-hmm.
It's got 3 buttons.
Uh-huh.
It's a jacket and pants. I got a white undershirt and a red bow tie for a work event tomorrow. Actually, you know what?
Very classy.
Yeah, this might be leaning a bit into like a visual gag, but let me go and get it real quick.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Oh no, what happened?
What happened?
What the fuck?
What happened?
What's going on, man? I don't. It's blue.
Yeah.
My fucking suit's blue. I got a black
Awesome.
suit.
I don't know, maybe you just made a mistake?
Wait.
There.
Yeah, maybe I made a mistake. Let me go back. Let me go back and look for it.
Yeah, check again.
Guys, the suit's red.
There must be some kind of meaning to this.
I don't
Why
know
is
what's
he
going
doing
on.
this?
I don't. He?
Yeah.
Who's he?
You.
You.
Me? I'm
Yeah.
not doing anything. I'm going back.
I think
I'm
you're
going
trying
back
to
one more
distract
time.
us all from something.
Wait. Guys, I don't know how this happened, but the suit is now white and has a bull. It has a bull's eye in the center of it.
This is like a really cool suit.
I think
You
so.
got like cool color changing suit.
It was $400, so maybe that's one of the fuck. It's rainbow now, and the bit's over. Hey guys, we got a couple of things to review with you.
I think we
Starting.
we have to do the I think we have to do the comic now first because of that bit, Quinn. I think
Oh damn it!
we need to talk about Detective Comics 241
the
241.
241st issue of Detective
March
Comics.
1957.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite year.
And
Really?
I don't
No. We're not
Yeah,
going
that's-
off this. Why is
it's
it
a
your
bad
favorite year?
Uh,
I want you to tell me something that happened in 1957 that makes it your favorite year.
Not comic
It kicked-
related.
it kicked off the influenza pandemic.
That's not true.
It's a
That
good.
is
It's a
not
good
true.
bit though. It's a good bit because I am sick as we are recording this. So that'll explain my voice and why we missed a week. Sorry, everyone. Get over it. You're not that important to us. Holy shit, he was actually right.
Wait, really? I thought. Oh, there's another influenza pandemic that started in 1957.
Yeah, this is
I was thinking
okay,
that
cool.
was like World War One era. Wow. The more you know. Thank you.
Yeah, this
Huh.
was the pandemic that came about in southern China. So
Damn.
So
yeah.
that leads to the question: why does that make it your favorite year?
Yeah, what do you like about that?
That's bad.
Well, the influenza outbreak eventually led to a influenza vaccine.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Exactly. So,
But I feel like you could have just said the influenza
Vaccine.
vaccine was your favorite part.
but it didn't come about that year
So why would that year be your favorite?
because I'm a big fan of vaccines, and that was the most tangentially related to the vaccines.
No, that explains why that's your favorite thing about that year, but why
Why
is 1957 your favorite year?
Why not like say the year when the vaccine was actually developed?
Because it shows adversity in a dark time, much like this comic.
Yeah, you're right. We need to talk about this
adversity.
comic.
Guys, I'm so excited.
I have a
My
question.
favorite thing about 1957 is when The Cat in the Hat released, but that's just me.
I have a
That's pretty.
that is
That's
cool.
pretty good.
Good answer. I have a question for you
Yeah.
guys. I don't
for it.
remember who picked this out and why, and I really need to know why we read this.
So this is actually believe it or not, fellas, this is something we said we'd get to.
Huh.
This is a thing we promised a long time ago, and unfortunately, I did spoil it. When I said I I
You did.
anyway, I spoiled the comic when I said we'd get to it. I talked about the twist.
So
So
somebody who is binge watching our show.
yeah, if you're a
might-
fan, there's not gonna be like any drama. Not that there ever is. This might be the
Mhm.
drama least filled podcast. I'm fucking great at saying things.
No, we're not especially dramatic. But this comic might be. This
Yeah.
comic might be.
Tell us about it. What did you tell us about it?
It's called Featuring the Rainbow Batman. And we can do our patented bit cover of if you want to talk about this cover. Because I really like
You know
it.
what? Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
This cover depicts a TV. So there's a purple TV in the top left with the bat signal on it.
Mhm.
Robin standing to the left in a cave, pointing at Batman, saying, "But Batman, last night you wore the green costume, and tonight you're wearing the red. Why?" And then Batman in the center of the page wearing a like hot pink costume, saying, "I must, Robin, I must wear a different costume
I must do it.
each night. I must wear a different colored Batman costume each night." And then behind him to the right, there's a set of 5 more costumes that are blue, green, yellow, purple, and orange.
I would like to talk a little bit about this cover because I don't want to change anything because it's very iconic and has a fun story. So you may have noticed something. Robin says red, but Batman is clearly wearing pink.
Yeah.
That was so. I don't know if it shows it differently on higher edition scans. It might fix this, but at the time, the original was red. Just the printing press they used for the comic covers, couldn't do that color of red, and so they all came out pink. In the issue, it's no issue. In the issue, Batman's red, but on the cover, by complete accident, Batman wears pink.
Damn.
And so
Wow.
I don't want to change anything except for maybe giving the other Batsuits pants. But this funny little pink Batman, complete accident, and has become a very iconic cover because of that.
That's a very interesting and cool fact, Will.
Thank
It
you.
does make me wonder why Robin's shirt is completely normal red. Like perfect.
I do not know. I believe it's
perfect
just
shade of
a
red.
different. I think it's just an issue. I don't know.
Who knows?
That's actually
I
supposed
didn't-
to be orange.
He's actually supposed to be pink.
But then that begets the question: why is the bat suit on the right orange? Oh no! I do have a cover up here. I had one that the more that I thought about it, I kind of lost. I was going to say why not fill in the yellow on the bat signal on the TV, but then I realized that it's not a color television. But then I looked almost directly downwards at the texturing of Robin's the little shorty shorts that he's wearing. I don't like how they look like carpet. I don't like the texture on that boy. They don't look good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's
that's my
it
cover
kind
up.
of
Maybe
looks
make
like
him
it
a
could be
nice
like
pair
lizard
of tights.
skin or something.
Yep. Looks like gator skin. He's wearing gator skin shorts. Yeah. So that's mine.
Neat.
Yeah.
Love this.
I like that. I like that one. I don't think I have much to add about the cover. I guess if there's one, it's a little sparse. Maybe add a little more like Batcavey type stuff. Like This is just like a
Yeah,
cave. Like this isn't like the Bat Cave. This is the cave.
the cave.
But that's a
I
there's not
can
so much empty space on the cover, so I don't really know if there's room to add stuff anyways.
I can think of three things that they could have put in the background of this comic to make it more Batcavey, and I want to see if you
Dinosaur
guys could.
coin Alfred.
I was going to say coin, Bat computer, or Batmobile.
I don't think the Bat
No
computer exists
dinosaur?
in this comic, and I have
I mean, it
evidence to
kind
support
of. There's
that.
like a little station, like a little bat station.
I think later
Bat
on,
station.
not to get ahead of ourselves, I think later on in this comic they look through the Bat filing cabinet.
That's a great moment in this comic. This comic is full of great moments.
I'm a big fan.
So next up, we have an ad that I'm so glad my buddies here can.
Yeah, we all have the same scan this time.
Yeah.
Which means we can't escape Quentin talking about the ads as easily.
There's this very good-looking man, but skipping right past that ad, we have the Batman with Robin the Boy Wonder logo, which I'm a big old fan of.
I love the
Great
cover
logo.
for this story and not the whole issue. Yeah, I love Robin's dumb fucking face here. Huh?
He looks dumbfounded, while surrounded by images of Batman in various action poses with his different colored suits.
I really like the green one, where he's just standing behind a
He's
pillar.
hiding behind a
like
pillar that's far too small to actually hide him.
Yeah.
He's looking down at the little fight infantile paralysis watermark on there.
Barbara Gordon moment.
Yeah.
All right. Who wants to give us the summary, the
Quentin.
rundown? Quentin.
Crack open this little comic.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so it all starts out when Robin, Dick Grayson, is walking through the street. He overhears the fact that some thieves are robbing some stuff.
I get it, cause Robin.
Yep, and they almost hit a little girl. He runs in, grabs her, and then hits his elbow on a light post. The girl's saved, but Robin's left arm is taken out of commission for at least a week. This is broadcast on the news majorly. The criminals get away. And returning to Wayne Manor, we can see Bruce watching the whole entire thing on TV. And Robin saying it wasn't that big a deal. And this is then he says maybe I could identify the crooks. And this is where we are introduced to just ancient technology, the filing cabinet.
They're in a cave. Like they're clearly in the Bat Cave, but the interior is just like a 1957 office. Like it could be in a cubicle.
Like this looks like a depiction of the artists working in their own space. There's like a little fucking doodle of a guy.
I really like that it does appear that they have police sketches and no photos.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a nice touch.
Quentin, what did the thieves steal? Because that's important.
So the thieves stole some camera equipment. Mainly a gigantic television camera. So now Bruce is thinking that this can only mean that they're going to commit some larger crime using this specific equipment. So he thinks it only makes sense to go and stake out all of the places that would be majorly televised.
I wanna interrupt real quick. For the record, we had recently gone into Bronze Age comics. We're back in the Silver Age,
Yep.
just in case you weren't aware. Yeah, so this is a goofy story, not a serious story. Just to make sure.
Yeah. I want there to be no confusion. There are no stakes in the story. We are regressing a little bit.
I wouldn't say that. I would say there are some stakes of
There's
their
some
hidden
high
identity.
stakes. But if you were wondering about the average amount of text per panel, yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
there is a ton of text, lots of dialogue. So the first thing they do is they go to, what was the first one that they did? Oh
They do a
yes,
parade. They do a parade.
they the big official welcome to the King of Zeronia.
Yeah, it's a
Um,
big
Yeah,
parade.
it's a
yeah,
rodeo,
big parade.
baby.
Just sort of like your standard thing. What the fuck? It appears that Batman, riding in his goofy ass Batmobile, is adorned in an orange costume. And here we get into the major twist of the comic as we travel through all
It's
of
actually
these
red.
events. Okay,
It's the
red,
red costume.
red.
It looks
yes.
orange though on this scan.
It looks
It
so
looks orange.
fucking orange.
It does.
But here we come to the major twist of the comic where, well, he's wearing a different colored costume at each of these events that they go through. It's actually kind of a fun little gimmick that they establish here in this first incident. It goes off without a hitch. Batman jumps from car to car, kind of,
Checking out all the cameras.
yeah. And I want to think about it from this guy's perspective, right? Because Robin's driving the Batmobile.
Yeah, he left Robin
Um,
to drive, which is funny.
But specifically in the top right panel of page 4, the cameraman there, looking over, seeing Batman jumping into his car from the Batmobile, I can't imagine what was going through his mind. I would think about everything I'd done that day to scan and see if I'd committed a crime, even littering on accident.
Did
This
I
is
loiter?
because he
Did I?
I would be so fucking freaked out. But everything's good. But then the bat signal goes off, and now, well, I guess it's not that weird that it's not colored in here because it's day, so maybe it doesn't show up as well.
What are you talking about?
Well, in the bottom left, when the bat signal shows up, it's just kind of like a,
Oh yeah, okay. I
Yeah.
thought. Yeah.
It's
It
a
is
poor
very
quality
weird for the
bat
bat signal to just be white on blue.
yeah, white on blue. Doesn't look very normal. But then this slides right into our next wonderful caper for them to deal with. He's now wearing a blue costume, and there is an explosives truck that's on fire. Which
I really like.
Oh.
There's one firefighter who's pointing up at the reader and wielding an axe in one hand, and he's just inexplicably not helping, and I love him. Do you see the first panel of the explosives truck? He's on the left.
Yeah, no, I see. Why is he pointing at me?
I don't know.
Also,
He's
think about the thing that you just said. You just said explosives truck. What the
Yeah.
fuck? What?
yeah.
It's a green truck with a red stripe and black text that says explosives. If I saw this truck on the road, I would be terrified.
Yeah.
It doesn't
I
say
would go
there's not it doesn't say trucking on the side, and then on the back it says warning harmful substances or something. It just says explosives.
just says explosives, which
Listen.
yeah,
I mean, it's Gotham.
okay.
Listen. Everyone's ordering those bad boys. Do you not think explosives is not the most successful delivery business in Gotham? You're crazy.
I mean, that feels like a criminal business. That feels like it's aimed specifically at criminals.
Batman's got to use explosives to air out the Batcave. The GCPD's
Explosive
got to
Joe.
use explosives to keep up with the criminals.
It's an arms race. out here.
That kind of escalation isn't healthy for the economy.
I mean, no, it's very healthy for the economy. It's not healthy for being alive.
Yeah, it's actually great for the explosives industry, but for everyone else, it's horrible.
Think about all the jobs the explosives delivery industry provides.
This heavily reminds me of when we were doing the Lego Batman movie, and there was MacGuffin Airlines.
Just carrying bombs.
Exactly. It's just it's like a lot of these comic. I know that they can't like invent a company that would produce explosives every single time, and they want to make it clear
LexCorp.
to the reader that this is a truck full of explosives. But it's one of those things where they reiterate the point like 3,000 times. Where in the dialogue it says that explosives truck, while it's also labeled explosives truck. So it's just like, have a little bit of respect for the audience. They know what that is. They can figure it out from the text blurb.
Gotta make it clear to little Timmy at home.
Little Timmy can go get axed by that fireman.
Okay. Cool.
So what happens to this truck? What happens to this truck we've spent so much time talking about?
No, yeah.
Batman gets into this flaming explosives truck and then drives it into the harbor.
Yep.
Yeah,
And he
he's
jumps
safe.
out at the very last second.
Not really,
Not the
though.
last second. Yeah, like he has a little time.
He
a
was
little
still
late
on
there.
the road. Like, he hadn't gone onto the port yet. He had some time left.
I mean, he needed getaway time though. I think that was the last opportune moment.
I mean, also, Batman's really making Robin earn his driver license this episode.
Oh, you mean because he's driving with one arm?
Yeah, and also is a child.
True. True. What do we speaking of, what do we think of the Batmobile? What do we think of this Batmobile design?
Better than the dumb Bronze Age ones we've seen recently, but still not that great.
Yeah, so it looks weird.
I kind of vibe with this one. I like the wing on the back.
I like the wing on the back. I don't like. I'm always not gonna be a fan of bubble cockpits, especially on cars.
It's
I don't like
it
the
seems
look of it.
unnecessary.
I mean, but what if you're getting shot at?
Then you're as
Have a normal
exposed as
car.
anyone.
Have a car with a normal roof.
But what if bubble cockpits are more aerodynamic? Actually, that's a stupid thing to say. I
Yeah,
feel like
They're
there's nothing
not.
aerodynamic about bubble cockpits.
There's nothing aerodynamic about any Batmobile. Look
Okay.
at this thing. It has a fin for some reason.
In this
To-
comic, I like to imagine that the Batmobile is really just a normal car because, like, they're just driving it around like you would just a regular old car. I don't think it ever does anything except
Yeah, it doesn't do anything special.
Except drive.
yeah,
And
it's a
have
car.
a bubble cockpit.
It's a car with style. That's all it is in this.
True. So the next thing that they go to check out is the arrival of Marion Marley, the famous movie star.
Mhm.
He is now wearing a yellow costume, and this
Marion Marley. Who is she upset?
Yep. That
Also,
becomes
it's
a
also
trend.
it's gold, not yellow.
All right. For our
Actually.
purposes, it's gold. For our purposes, it's yellow. There's no sheen.
Actually, for our
There's
purposes.
no gold in the rainbow.
There's no sheen at shine. Yeah,
There's also no white with a target on it in the rainbow.
Yeah, well, there's no.
There's no Batman in the rainbow.
Unless we say anything funnier, that's gonna be the episode title.
There's no Batman in the rainbow.
Yeah, I like that.
We could call it the reading Batman. No, but she gets very upset at him, and he kind of just. He looks kind of sad in this panel. he seems genuinely
Yeah.
apologetic.
Yeah, he's very
nice guy.
upset that he is upset, Miss Marley.
Yeah. And very quickly, we jump into a big jewel and fashion show, where he is now wearing and I could be wrong about this, orange costume.
You're right about it.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
You gotta trust what they say, not what you see.
Yeah.
Mhm.
but this guy gets kind of pissed off at him too because he's taking attention away from the jewel
he
in
says,
fashion.
he says, and I quote, "Please leave."
But everyone is now watching your brilliant orange costume. Please leave.
I
Imagine having the balls to ask Batman to leave in any
Leave.
context.
and you're not like Two-Face. Like you're not a villain. You're just a.
Yeah, you're not even someone like you're not a named character who's gonna show up after this.
Yep.
And there's this ongoing trend in the media as this continues where everyone is like, so what's the there's got to be some reason he's doing all these costumes. But
Why is he wearing so many different costumes?
And it
Some sort of
invites
secret
invites the reader to wonder why. And that's kind of the main draw of this comic is like, trying to figure out the mystery yourself. So if you haven't listened to whoever spoiled it on a previous episode, take some time right now and think about it.
If this is your first episode, you can try to solve it yourself.
Put in the comments.
Comment down below. Why do you think Batman is wearing different colored suits?
You gotta do it right now. You're losing your chance. The window of opportunity is
Anyway,
shrinking.
green Batman.
Yeah. So
I don't
Batman's
remember
green
what he
now.
does, but in his second to last panel, they accidentally color his nose yellow, or maybe it's on purpose, and Batman's just bad at costume design.
Yeah. No, there's
Imagine if you were a regular criminal, unrelated to the camera crime,
Don't have to imagine.
The camera caper.
and
Camera caper.
Batman shows up to stop you, and you haven't been watching the news. You don't know what's happening, and he's dressed in green. What's going through your brain?
Tactical
What is
camouflage.
What does Batman know that I don't? I don't have like a green ray. Why is he green?
You think it's all about you?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think if I was doing a crime and Batman showed up in a unique costume that he's never gonna wear again, I would for a minute think, am I a supervillain and I'm doing some kind of green crime? No, I'm just a regular. Why is he doing this? Then I'll go to the hospital because I will no longer have fingers.
See, I think I would be genuinely like befuddled by all of the costumes besides specifically red. Because if Batman walked up to me in a fucking red costume, I'd be like, oh great, this is the day Batman decides to do a murder.
Yeah, I would be like, oh lord, he's covered in blood.
Oh, I was going for the angle that he wore the red costume so you wouldn't be able to see the blood.
No, that makes sense. I don't think I'd question the blue one, because he kind of already does that.
It looks
True.
normal enough. I think if this was a Bronze Age comic, what would happen is some villain would start to do color-based schemes based on, like, in response. Like, so there'd be two plots going on. He still the camera caper.
Yeah.
And
they also wouldn't reveal why he was wearing the colored costumes until the next issue.
yeah.
So true.
So true.
So the criminals have caught on at this point that he's been staking out all of these heavily televised locations, and they tie a rope from a massive ship that is departing that morning to the dock in hopes that when the ship pulled away from the dock, it would destroy the wooden dock in the process, which I think is a pretty smart plan.
No.
It only really takes a rope. It's kind of low on.
Oh, and it's an economic plan, but
I mean, it's
good.
an economic plan.
But good? No.
I mean, you tie it low enough.
I don't know. I feel like you gotta loosen some bolts before that. I think the rope would just break.
See, that's my one thing. But then I remembered this was the age of comics that we're in, and it's gonna fucking work. It's gonna work.
Well, no, because Batman stops it. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if it can be taken down by one axe chop.
A lot of axes in this issue.
I could be. Where the fuck did he get this axe from?
It doesn't explain it.
Somebody
He just
just left
magically
it there.
finds
Where
an
did
axe.
he
what he
get
said.
the axe from?
There's an
What?
axe a workman left. I can still make it, he says. So someone just left it lying around. They left their axe.
Oh, cool. So this is a boot situation where conveniently we can go backwards and find it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Really got to pay attention to that dialogue.
And I just want to shout out the fact that this rope crime does not really have any relevance. Like, Batman concludes that
Yeah.
the criminals did it to get us.
Yep.
Which, okay. Who? And it's presumably the same people who did the camera caper, but
It really
Why?
is not explained.
it's not. It's a boat and a rope and a dock.
Yep. Rope and a duck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's one of those things that if a person looked at it and they saw a rope tied to a ship, they'd be like, that's a thing that normally happens.
Yeah.
I have no reason to, like, fuck
Yeah,
with
I would
that.
assume
Me too.
that's part of the boat maneuver.
Anyway, moving
This crime
on.
is so baffling.
It's a very baffling crime. But then they go to a shooting range. This is probably my favorite part of this comic is when Batman shows up to a to a shooting contest at Gotham Stadium with a bullseye on his chest.
And Robin's got a weird red dot on his head. I think it's an accident and may only be an issue with the scan.
Well, we see that somebody takes a shot from a high building, so it might be like
Were they for some reason did they aim directly at Robin's skull and then were like, actually I'm gonna shoot Batman?
I think it's to show that Batman's plan here.
I guess that's a good point.
He provided a more convenient target.
I like how on first impression, like if you were just a regular person spectating this Gotham sharpshooting contest, you would see Batman with a bullseye on his chest and think he's like the mascot.
I thought you were gonna say he's like the final boss.
Yeah. And now for a moving target.
That would be awesome. But it is hard to imagine, like, in current continuity, Batman sponsoring a gun competition. Doesn't really seem like his thing.
I mean, I would like to posit that if there were ever to be like a school for goons, some sort of goon academy,
Gooniversity.
Gooniversity. That is genius. Batman
Yeah,
with
I've
a
thought
bullseye
about this
on
a
his
lot.
chest would probably be a very good mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or it's Crow Billy, the talking crowbar.
I like that too.
Yeah. I was really disappointed when Gooniversity didn't make it into the college football playoffs.
Yeah, I know. It's weird because all of them got in trouble for doping. It's weird that they didn't do better.
So Batman gets shot in the bullseye, which none of us saw coming. From another building. They don't even go
check out the
Yeah.
sniper. They just leave.
They go.
And, like-
They go. What do you mean they don't go?
Do they?
Yeah, they go.
Oh, that's what this building is. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
They
No,
just
I'm
go
just
when there's
dumb.
nobody there. So the sniper has plenty of time to escape after firing his shot at Batman, which is ineffective because he's worn a steel vest underneath his costume. And
Well,
he's manipulated the gangsters into shooting at the bullseye. Because, like, why wouldn't they shoot at the bullseye?
You could forgive my confusion as the line that is drawn to indicate the sniper shot seems to aim at a window.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
they don't.
Maybe the
That's
sniper
on the
didn't
roof.
escape.
Maybe Batman
And-
just got it
and he
wrong where he
completely
thought the
screwed up.
sniper was.
Yeah,
Precisely.
Actually, no. Here's who screwed up. Robin. He says that was no accident. The bullet came up from one of those roofs up there, and he points at the roofs. And Batman probably just took him on his word, even though it clearly is coming out of a window in the panel.
Okay, this is wild. This is wild. But I would like to posit the fact that the sniper shot did come from the window. It is the same like room that we see them doing this plan in next, and they just
Batman is like 2 floors up.
I think that is the best version of these events. So cutting back to their plan, we see the criminals now, and they are saying that this camera that they stole will net them $1 million, 1 million buckaroonies, which was a lot more in that old timey money.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all smoking cigarettes. And then we go to what is maybe the MacGuffin Airlines of places to rob, monies of the world.
The money convention, baby.
The money exhibit at the fucking museum, and I fuck you not. One of their exhibits it's just a pile of $1 million of cash, and that's what they think is gonna draw everybody here. Is just a lot of money.
It's
Man.
just money. It's just bills.
It's just bills of money.
Guys, I don't want to victim blame here, but at this point Gotham's just asking for it, right? They're lucky it's just these randos.
I want to throw shade at Batman for this one because he went through this whole thing of like, oh, I have to. They could be at any televised event. How are you not able to figure out that maybe it's the money convention they're after?
Okay. To be fair, I think everything makes sense except for the gun show. They could have kidnapped the prince, the actress. They could have stolen the gem.
They could have destroyed that boat if they had actually done an actual good crime.
They could have caused a truck to explode for some reason.
I just
that
think
was
that's
just an
completely
accident.
Unrelated.
That was just an
That was
accident.
completely unrelated.
That was just unfortunate.
This story, this is just such a Silver Age thing. It's so many coincidences, and not much of a narrative through line connecting a lot of them. They don't even mention like. I don't think they even mention like, we missed our shot at that bullseye thing. They're just like, that didn't happen.
Yep.
Could have been someone else.
Honestly, Batman puts a fucking target on his.
Did Deadshot
chest.
exist yet? I feel like that was the perfect place for Deadshot to do a crime.
Yeah. Precisely. But speaking of people putting targets on their chests, back to monies of the world. We have fucking Mr. Cigar Bro. Oh wait, no, that's not him smoking a cigar. That is simply just a little. Or is it? Is that a thing in his mouth?
I
Bottom
can't.
right,
I
page
think
10.
I think it's meant to be, but it's gone in the next panel.
I think it's just
I
a
think
little
that's
thing
the
on the
pillar. Yeah, or no, yeah, that's a
There's
curtain.
no way.
I
Why would they add that?
I don't
Oh,
know.
they're really funny. I'm zooming in right now.
Yeah,
zooming-
same. There's no way that's part of the pillar. They stopped drawing the pillar around it to add this thing in.
It's part of the pillar / curtain.
It can't be. What is it supposed to be?
It's like a tear. I've zoomed
in the pillar.
It doesn't look like it's in his mouth. It just looks like he's talking.
Will, the fact
can't
that I
convince
didn't even register that as a pillar may be an indication that it's not the greatest artistic work. I clocked that as a curtain.
I expect more from the money convention. They can't have substandard pillars.
They do have grindstone.
This is a bad convention.
I really wouldn't like. Do people How badly do you want to see $1 million in cash? Like, just to see it behind a
Yeah,
glass
like
display.
not
I'm not
really at
that. I
all.
have money in my wallet. I'm not like.
It's not even like a cool
It's not
mountain of money that I
fascinating.
could slide down like the
If
Joker.
it was
Yeah.
like the long Halloween, like the big
Yes.
warehouse filled with
Yeah,
all the Roman's money,
exactly.
that would be sick. But this is a petty amount of money compared to that.
This is the amount of money for peasants.
The Roman would
That-
scoff at this. The Roman would scoff at this amount of money.
I like this next panel because the reveal of the rainbow batsuit is like fucking nothing. Like he's just there,
He's so
and it's
far
not
away.
a good shot of it. Yeah, he's in the background in an awkward pose, and the cape is like caught up on itself.
Like his leg is fucking. It's not even showing
Yeah.
the full thing.
Yeah,
Also, I like how you can see the criminals getting the camera
The
out
camera
of
out,
the car.
mhm.
Yeah, in the next panel.
why didn't you identify them here, Dick?
Because even he was too busy looking at Batman's ridiculous fucking costume.
I like how there's one line of purple in the whole thing.
Oh yeah,
Man,
couldn't make it too gay.
I'm looking through everything, and like I think this costume is really funny and really cool, but they never give it like the full, like they never give it a depiction it deserves. Like there's no
Mhm.
panel where it is like the focus, where you like that you get to see it in all its glory, which is kind of disappointing to me because I enjoy. I think it's kind of drippy. I think he's kind of dripped
Yeah.
out.
Why wasn't this in Arkham Knight? Put a million costumes in that game.
True. I mean, even on the cover, they could have featured it on one of the two covers, but no, it's nowhere to be seen.
Anyway, Robin identifies the guys, and Batman just fucking no words, no nothing, except for the million words he says.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but no prompting. Seemingly, he just goes up and punches these guys and like, stop the cameras. One of them's got a trap in it.
It's full of tear gas.
So they were just and guys, the camera was not necessary.
No, it wasn't.
They could have just brought tear gas and then stolen the money. Like any penguin scheme like would have been.
Yep.
But no, they had to do this whole camera nonsense. All it did was waste everyone's time.
I mean, there's a big fucking chunk taken out of the pillar. They easily could have toppled that.
Yeah. They just wasted Batman's time, and I would be very upset if I were him. For this scheme, like I can't believe Batman went through so much effort for this. It's really
Hmm.
sad.
I can't believe you can get 100 toy pirates for $1.25.
Now you realize how good it is to have these little tidbits of enjoyable love.
12 buccaneers and 8 swordsmen. My God.
There's 4 treasure bearers.
4 gold brickers. It's amazing.
8 accordion players, I feel like is being very slept on by you guys.
Hey,
Alright.
honestly, sick as shit. Like I really,
That's kinda
I
cool.
would have loved to receive 100 little
that is very cool.
fucking pirates.
Then there's Billy's special
No.
Brotherhood a week quiz. Then there's Roy Raymond,
No, we have
TV
to finish
detective.
we have to finish up this comic, guys. We did. I don't think we gave
Okay.
our thoughts on the comic.
Oh yeah, we didn't even get into the whole entire gimmick, the reveal.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
you
didn't even
finished the
resolve
story.
the color
Okay,
stuff.
then there's a Martian Manhunter story. Except he stays in the human for the whole thing, which is great. And then of course there's friend of the pod, Casey the cop.
What?
Really?
Wait, I didn't even
I
get to the
didn't
fucking
realize-
Casey the cop part.
Okay, here's the deal. Let's finish talking about the comic. Then we can go into detail on Casey the cop, but that's the only one we get to talk about because we have another thing to cover.
Okay,
Deal?
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so they beat the bad guys, right? Easily.
Mhm.
And in this final page, Batman he doesn't tell the media, which must have really been upsetting to them
Mhm.
because they
It's
just
still a conspiracy theory to this
Yeah.
day.
But he does go back, and Alfred's like, so, like, what was the deal with the colors? And did you guys have like guesses, or did you no?
I mean, I knew going
I
into
knew.
this.
So so Will, or who, maybe it was Quentin. I don't remember which one of you talked about it. But you did spoil it for me, but I didn't remember until they revealed it. So I did have some of my own theories, and I don't want to be like disparaging to this comic and like be like, oh, it should have been what I thought. But
No, your ideas were probably
I think
better.
my theories were cooler.
Listen. I will not hold this against you. As somebody who has stated in the past that Wonder Tower should have been a big rocket that flew up into outer space. You can
That would
have.
have been
That's
great.
It would have been better.
That's a huge
Yeah.
W. I thought
So what were
that
your
What'd you think?
I thought that there was some that Batman had figured out that the criminals were going to make a video of him
What?
with the video camera, right? Like, because they stole a camera. I thought that for some, I didn't have all the details figured out. I promise, but I thought that they were gonna like make a video of him, and he needed to know exactly which day the video was taken. So he would be able to figure it out based on which costume he was wearing in the video, and he'd be able to figure out the day the video was taken. And through that, he would be able to figure out like which day the crime was committed.
I like that. For a second, I thought you were gonna say like they were gonna make a video of him like saying something to get him like canceled or arrested, and if he
Like
if
Breaking
he wore
Bad.
different costumes, they couldn't splice together the footage easily.
Yeah.
like the Walter White confession video.
Exactly. I assume I have not seen Breaking Bad.
Sorry, spoilers. It doesn't reveal anything though. I guess everyone's seen Breaking Bad by now. It's been a long time since it's.
Except me.
That is
Still,
the
I
second
just said I
Breaking
had
Bad
it.
reference that we've made on this podcast.
Yeah, and I don't
Won't
think
be the last.
and I don't think I had seen Breaking Bad when we made the first one. So, anyways, that's what I thought.
Anyway, the real reason. So remember earlier when Robin hurt his arm
Yep.
on TV? So Batman was like, if people notice Robin has a hurt arm, they'll realize it's Dick Grayson. So I really gotta fucking distract the shit out of everyone, so they're only looking at me and not Robin. But I can't leave Robin at home because only Robin can identify the criminals.
And
Crazy.
here's the thing about that, guys. Like, if you look through this comic, like, is there any indication that Robin's arm is hurt?
Nope.
Like, he moves it. There's a ton of different poses he puts his left arm in. You know, it's not like it's always stationary. And it's not like
He drives.
he
Yeah.
drives with one hand, but it
A
looks
lot.
like he's driving with two hands. So it doesn't matter. Like, this doesn't matter. No one would be able to tell anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the audience had completely forgotten about the arm thing by the time this was brought up.
I
again.
did. That's why I was coming up with different theories, because there's no relevance to his arm being hurt. It's disappointing. It was disappointing to me. And
Well, listen, it's much better when this costume is brought up again in Batman the Brave and the Bold with the Rainbow Raider.
It's not the Rainbow Raider. It's Firefly and the Rainbow Creature.
It was
How
the Rainbow
dare you?
Creature. That's it. That's it.
We should also read the Rainbow
we'll
Creature.
do
That
more
is
rainbow
one of my
content in the
favorite.
future.
Yeah. Welcome to the Rainbow Cast. I
That.
think.
That'd be
Wait,
good.
I
Like,
think I make too.
what if
That
we?
See, but we've
what if
already
we did
done.
that? Like,
We can't do a rainbow special. We already did one of the two rainbow stories.
No, I mean we can do our
We could talk about the Rainbow Raider. Fuck it. It's a
Yeah.
Flash show now.
yeah. Let's talk about the Rainbow Raider during.
Anyway, let's talk about Casey the Cop.
He's our favorite guy.
I love this guy.
I have not read this, so I'm gonna have to scroll down, read the game.
It's not very good.
Okay, I found it. I'm reading it right now.
Do we do we each want to take a different character and read this whole thing? I
No,
want to
this is
be
a
the
good
guy
comic.
who's
This is a
getting
good comic.
interrogated.
There,
I want
I
to be
mean,
the guy. I want to be
I
the
want
guy
to be
getting
Casey's like
interrogated.
boss slash colleague.
I mean,
Quentin,
I don't know.
congratulations.
You're Casey.
You are
Casey
Casey
the
the
cop.
cop.
no way.
So I'm
No
gonna start.
way.
I'm gonna start. So you won't tell
Well,
us a thing, eh?
I think that's Casey.
No, does Casey hate? No,
No, the other
Casey.
guy's got the.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So the other guy
guy
is the
yours,
main
the guy with the
character of this
mustache.
comic, in my opinion. Casey
Yes,
doesn't do
correct.
anything. Okay.
So Quentin, you're starting us off.
Okay.
How dare you not know who Casey the cop is?
I mean, I wouldn't like hold that against you. They look very similar. One's just got a big old mustache. So you won't tell us a thing, eh? Riley, see if you can get anything out of Butch here.
Okay, Casey, I'll be right back.
Footstep, footstep, footstep.
And then we have to describe. We'll describe what happens because this is visual.
So Riley leaves the room, and then returns with like a cover, and then starts cutting the bad guy's hair.
Like a cape. He returns.
Yeah,
with
it's like one of the barber cover
Yeah.
things. They got a name probably.
What's
Now,
the
Quinn,
idea of
your
that?
line. Quinn.
What's the idea of that?
Quinn?
Quinn?
I mean,
Quinn?
I said it twice. Did it not register?
No,
Definitely
I did
didn't
not
register
hear
for
you at
us.
all.
What's the idea of that?
There we go.
I used to be a barber. I find men talk better this way.
The end.
And the criminal is like smiling.
You smile a little bit.
Okay.
That's
That's pretty cute. That's pretty cute.
Okay. Schway Schwarbage, Detective Comics 241.
Well, are we talking about the Batman story or the whole issue?
I mean, we're not gonna. I guess Oh wait, we didn't do favorite panel. Fuck.
Oh yeah.
Favorite panel. Jack Will Quitton.
My favorite is the one with the mysterious pillar. I'll be lying in bed tonight, still trying to figure out whether he was smoking a cigar or if that pillar just has a dent in it.
Awesome. Mine is of Gold Batman getting poked by Miss Marley and looking very, very sad.
My favorite panel, my big ol' favorite panel.
Jack, can you hear Quentin?
I cannot
Quentin,
hear
is there
Quentin.
something wrong?
Quentin, are you having microphone issues?
Am I having microphone issues?
I still cannot hear him. If he's
Can
not
you
Yeah, I
guys
can
hear
hear
me?
Quentin. He could be being quiet for a fun bit,
Yeah.
or he
No,
could be
no,
having
no.
equipment
Can you hear
trouble
me?
for an equally funny
Can you hear
bit.
me? Can you
I
hear
like
me?
to imagine that his
Can you hear me?
Audacity is like picking
Can you hear
everything
me?
up right now.
Can you hear
I
me?
hope so.
But,
Damn it,
yeah,
God.
that would be hilarious, right? Like,
This is the
I hope
worst.
his
This is the
audacity
worst. This is the
picking.
worst. This is the
Oh,
worst.
Hey,
I hear you.
back.
I
Can you guys hear
you.
me?
I
He's
can't hear him
gone.
anymore.
He's gone.
He's gone again.
I heard it for 2 seconds.
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys
Yeah.
hear me?
Hey, there he is.
There we
yes,
go.
yes.
There we go. Thank the fucking Lord.
Did your
What
Audacity pick up all of that?
Yep, I have about 30 seconds of me just going, this is the worst, this is the worst, this is just the worst,
heard-
the worst.
I heard
hate this.
2. This is the worst. I heard 2. This is the worst.
Yeah, we got 2.
Yeah.
Okay,
This is gonna be a good episode. I can feel it
this
in my
rules.
bones.
This rules.
I like it. I think that
Yeah.
this has had a very classic energy that we've been missing for a while.
It's the silver. It's
Yeah,
the Silver Age
I
comics
miss
are
the
different.
old Schway
The Silver
Schwarbage.
Age comics are different.
I'm gonna the
What's your
bat
favorite panel?
fucking bat filing cabinet.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
yeah,
thought about that.
that's
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, Schway Schwarbage, Quentin first so we don't lose him again, then Jack, then me.
All right. Schway. I really Silver Age comics just hit different, man. The thing is, my big major criticism of the comics that we've been reviewing lately have been that they've been boring and like not much has happened. And that's mainly due to the fact that they have been part of larger stories. But I like that this was just a little bit, an entire story told in the amount of time given to us by the comics gods. Um, it had a beginning, a middle, a very weird middle, and I mean, I wouldn't call it a super satisfying conclusion, um, but a conclusion nonetheless. It's just been like a very refreshing read. Lots of fun. I'll give this one a Schway.
Did I say I was next or Jack is next?
I thought it was me, but I might be wrong.
Nah, you go.
Okay,
You go.
okay. Um, I had some amount of fun reading this for sure. There's that Silver Age goofiness that I have missed in my life at this point. I think I really did remember how fun these are to talk about. Especially, I think these are some of the most fun ones to do on the show. But man, I was so unsatisfied by the reveal at the end that it was just about Robin's stupid elbow. And so I'm gonna give it a Schwarbage.
Dang.
Might be a
See,
little harsh.
I am stuck in a weird scenario of this is utter nonsense. This is like if this is the story equivalent of rolling down a hill through 8 other stories and then trying to make a conclusion at the end. Like, from a storytelling perspective, this is so bad, but it's so much fun. Like, I'm having it is an issue of enjoyment versus objective quality, where I love this story, I love reading it. It's very, very bad. Um, I'm gonna give this a Schway. I'm gonna give it a tentative Schway. Is that what tentative means? Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a little Schway. Give it a little Schway, a little bitty one, little baby.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
so Detective Comics 241, East Schway, and Mick Schway.
It-
There's also, there's also like Casey the Cop in here,
Uh,
and there's also Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, I didn't read any of that.
good
Yeah,
addition.
me
Okay,
neither.
I really
This-
I don't know if I don't think we should go into this because it's just too much. I read the Brotherhood Week quiz and then I stopped because
Yeah.
it was so problematic.
Yeah, there is a problematic quiz in here.
But
If you pay us lots of money, we will take this quiz live.
if you want to know about that
You know
quiz,
what? Yeah.
that's research you're
If
gonna
we
have to do yourself.
somehow get money, like a substantial amount of money, we'll do the quiz. We'll do the quiz.
I'm setting up a Ko-fi right now. If you pay us $100, that's lowballing it a little bit.
Yeah. We can't split $100 3 ways.
$150, 50 each.
Perfect.
We will take this
Yeah, I'll do that.
amazing quiz.
It's
Yeah.
not amazing.
So
It's a
one
bad
thing,
quiz.
Horrible.
one thing that can't be said about this comic is that it hasn't been good for an hour and 2 minutes worth of recording because that's how long we've been recording.
Some of that was
So
when I left to get water, though. So
For
more
all
like
of
an
4
hour.
minutes.
Yeah, so it's like 58 minutes good.
Okay, all right. Okay. But we got to move on. Because this is a chunky. It's not a chunky.
Yeah,
episode, but
it's
like
a big one.
old discussion. I love it.
Anyway, Batman the Brave and the Bold. Really good show, am I right, guys?
Great show. We love it here. We talk about Mayhem and the Music Meister here. We talk about the terrible trio here.
And now
We talked about Mayhem of the Music Meister. Quentin's favorite episode of Brave and the Bold. We talked about the Terrible Trio, which is Jack's favorite
It's
episode.
not my favorite.
It is. It has to be. Because now we're talking about Season 2, Episode 11, The Chill of the Night, my definitive favorite episode of Brave and the Bold.
It's really good.
It's
And
real good.
It's real
Will,
good.
I think you deserve the right to take us through the summary, if that's okay with you.
Mm-hmm.
Sir.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So there's an old man, an old crime man, lying on his deathbed.
Are we gonna talk about the cold open or no?
No, I the only thing I wrote for that was a mid cold open.
I liked
I
it.
love
I
Abracadabra.
liked it. It's I like.
It's Zatanna versus Abracadabra.
Battle of the Magic.
Abracadabra isn't actually magic, he's from the future. He uses advanced technology to make people think he can do magic. He's just a guy.
I mean, lots of the things that he pulls off here are very magical.
Very-
Yeah, they they very much seem to have abandoned that in this episode.
He's magical. Just give him
I
credit.
I would like to posit how very incredibly overpowered this character would be if he could literally perform any magical feat by saying the word abracadabra, which is what is implied.
Abracadabra.
You're thinking of the Teen Titans character Mumbo Jumbo.
Well, this also applies to Teen Titans Mumbo Jumbo, but I think Batman the Brave and the Bold Abracadabra could easily beat Goku, right?
Oh,
We
fuck
could-
Yeah. Not Abracadabra. Mumbo Jumbo can literally beat anyone if he can trick them into getting sucked into his hat.
that is true.
And that's actually what Zatanna does to Abracadabra.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
cold. But that's sorry, Will, you can talk about the real episode.
There's an
now.
old crime man on his deathbed.
He's dying.
He's crime man.
He is a crime man. And we discover that this man ordered the hit on Thomas Wayne. And we get the flashback to the Brave and the Bold version of the Wayne death. And it's really good. It's rare for me to watch a version of the Waynes getting fucking axed and being like, that was a good use of my time. Because usually we don't need it, but I quite liked this one. I liked Adam West voicing Thomas Wayne.
That's a nice touch.
This episode has a banging cast. Kevin Conroy is the Phantom Stranger, and Mark Hamill is the Spectre, and they take on the forms of Batman's like angel and devil on his shoulders. Anyway, we learned that this crime man on his deathbed, a man of the cloth has come to ask him to confess, and he's like, "Yeah, I yelled at my wife one time," and I was like, "That's pretty cool for a career criminal." He only yelled at his wife
One
once.
time.
Good
Only one
job.
time.
They had a pretty good
Ever.
Only one
relationship,
time.
it sounds like.
Yeah, this guy seems awesome. I wish when I was a criminal in Gotham, he had been alive and could have been my boss.
And
True.
I just wanted to shout out how many how we've selected so many episodes that involve a priest recently.
Yep.
yeah. We've got a theme.
And it is biblical.
It's the Bible and also Breaking Bad.
Batman the Breaking Bad and the Bold and the Bible.
And the Bible.
A lot of bees.
Batman. Man, that's a lot of bees. They're everywhere. Someone get an exterminator. What do you get to do with bees? Beekeeper? Get a beekeeper.
That's their thing.
Big
Well,
bomb.
maybe no. They wouldn't want to keep the bees, right? Like,
Yeah, we want to get a bee unkeeper.
Oh yeah.
The guys who get rid of the bees.
well, beekeeper might get rid of them. They would just take them back to their like beekeeping.
I'm
hideout.
fine with that.
Like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, get a beekeeper.
But so an exterminator. Actually, really, that represents the duality of Batman we see in here is like beekeeper versus exterminator.
Yeah, beekeeping versus exterminator.
What the fuck
Dawn
are
of
we
Justice.
even saying anymore?
No, Quentin.
No, this
Quentin, we
makes
actually cracked the code.
This makes sense. This makes sense. Think about it,
Guys, I looked at the IMDb for a little bit and tuned out, and I've tuned back in the middle of this
And we were
nonsense
talking about
bullshit.
beekeepers
Yeah.
and exterminators.
Okay, back to the episode. Back to the episode.
Yeah.
So
Oh
yeah,
my
the
Planes are dead.
beekeepers. Yeah. So Batman, who is surprise, surprise, the priest is actually Batman in disguise, is kind of really interested. He's like, hey, tell me the name. Who is the name of the guy you hired to kill the Waynes? And he's like, I think it was Chill, and then he dies, and then Batman fucks off without saying anything.
Yeah. Which, at the
Um,
very beginning of the episode, establishes a much darker tone.
Seeing Brave and the Bold take itself this seriously
It's
it's
insane.
awesome.
It's
Especially after you
crazy.
just watched the cold open, which was
Yeah,
after
and also
that.
after we've just watched the Terrible Trio episode.
After we just watched the opening for Batman the Brave and the Bold.
So there are beekeepers.
Yeah, you did miss one of the the vocal cast, and that would be Julie Newmar, who plays Martha Wayne
Yes.
in this episode.
Yes, she was one of the many Catwomen, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There were like 5 people who played Catwoman. Don't be mad at me for forgetting that.
I mean,
There's so many
the
Catwomen
important
in
part
that show.
is she played Adam West opposite, or she played Catwoman opposite
No,
Adam
but
West.
well, that's
who
what I meant.
plays-
In that show, they had 5 different people play Catwoman.
They did have 5 different people playing Catwoman.
That's why I'm saying I didn't remember that.
I mean, no, it's good. It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Like I'm not
She's
holding
great
against it.
though. They were all great.
Yeah, I
This is
just
an
like
all-star
seeing
cast.
her and Adam West together.
All-star cast.
All-star Superman.
hmm
Anyway,
All-Star Batman even.
All-star
Bees and
beekeeper.
so right after that, we get a flashback of Batman being made.
Yeah, we get to see they recreate the panels from Batman issue 1 where he lifts weights and does chemistry.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that was kind of before, but yes.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think having read Batman issue 1, that was like a very cool. Like I haven't watched this episode in a while, but I saw that and I was like, oh my god, they're
It's the
calling
thing!
it back. It's the thing.
It's the thing.
He's sitting.
Uh,
He's doing chemistry.
Then Batman goes to the Tiki Tavern, which for some reason has a big sign advertising the Tiki Tavern inside of it over the exit.
Wait, plot point missed.
No.
They introduced the guys there. They introduced
What,
the
that
two
was
guys.
Wait, what 2 guys?
No, they do the flashback with the origin story, and then it
Yeah.
flashes out, and we get introduced to our main plot device.
Ah, yes. The Phantom Stranger and the Spectre.
And if you want to call them the Beekeeper and the Exterminator.
Yeah, the Beekeeper and the Exterminator. Correct. You see, this Spectre, he's all about exterminating. He's like, if you got bees, you should just kill those guys. And the Beekeeper, the Phantom Stranger, he's all like, nah, you should really keep them around and let the natural order of things carry out. Like how bees should live, and also criminals should go to jail.
But imagine that
bees.
all in Kevin Conroy's voice.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Mark Hamill.
And Mark Kent.
Mark Hamill as the Exterminator, Kevin Conroy. Rest in peace to a real one. You were very good as the Beekeeper. Yeah.
Yeah, so the Spectre is like a representation of the abstract spirit of vengeance, and the Phantom Stranger is like the spirit of justice.
Yeah, the Spectre, in comics lore, they don't bring it up in the episode for obvious reasons, but in lore, the Spectre is the manifestation of God's wrath.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Did you
kind of
not
what
know
he is
that?
in this.
I mean, yeah.
And that's why he's the Exterminator and not the Beekeeper. I just think, I'm gonna be honest, I think the manifestation of God's wrath should have something better to do then fuck around with the Phantom Stranger and make a dumb bet where the Phantom
Then
Stranger
make a
gets
bet.
nothing, but he
Yeah, the
agrees to
Phantom
for some
Stranger gets
reason.
hosed in this bet, by the way. The
Yeah.
odds are
So
horrible.
so
What would
so
happen if he simply just did not agree to the bet?
I don't think there would be any influence here, and Batman would just do as he pleases.
But that's
But anyway,
good.
yeah.
So explain
Yeah, I
explain the
know.
terms of the bet. Explain the terms of the bet.
So the Exterminator goes to the Beekeeper and is like, "Hey, if Batman kills the guy who kills his parents, I get his soul." And the Phantom Stranger goes, "What do I get?" And the Exterminator goes, "Well, Beekeeper, you get nothing. Batman continues as normal." And the Beekeeper goes, "Okay, cool.
That sounds sick as
Bet.
fuck. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Make
I'm gonna need someone else
cool
to tag
bet.
in on the story."
Yeah.
So, Batman, for some reason,
Batman.
has at this point he heard the guy whose name was Moxon. His dying word was chill,
Yeah.
but he still
Of the night.
doesn't seem to he still doesn't know who killed his parents, and he wants to know. So
He thought Moxon was giving him an instruction to be like, "Batman, you need to calm
you
down."
need to chill. And who shows up first? Is it Phantom Stranger or Spectre? I think it's Phantom Stranger.
I believe Phantom Stranger does
It's
show
Phantom
up first.
Stranger.
So Phantom Stranger shows up, like, "Hey, Batman, you want some help?" And Batman's like, "What are you doing here, Phantom Stranger? What are you doing here?" And Phantom Stranger whisks him away to the temporal plane, where he's been transported to a costume party in the past, and
Specifically, a winged creature-themed charity gala.
yeah,
Yep.
they have those all the time. If you've ever gone to one, it's a smashing time. I would highly recommend.
hmm
Winged creatures. So I was dressed up as a winged creature, and so Batman fits right in, and he
Yep.
sees, oh look, it's my parents who died, and they're, and Thomas is wearing also a bat costume, and Martha is wearing like a butterfly costume, right? Something like that.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
he really hits it off with his dad, who obviously is very happy to see them, but he can't reveal that he's their son.
No, well,
This isn't real,
technically-
right? This is
No. What is said by the Phantom Stranger is, in this temporal plane, nothing you can do will change their fate.
right. This is him.
He could have just been like, "Hey, I'm your son from the future. Don't worry about it."
He's here for information. He's not here for to do anything. And after he hugs his mom, which is a very sweet moment, although it must have been very strange from her perspective.
Yep.
All of a sudden, a bunch of gangsters barge in, or like, "We're taking your money that you're about to donate to charity."
They make a good point. They're like, "No one get heroic over money you were gonna give away anyway."
And Bruce and Thomas Wayne are both like, "Oh, we're gonna beat him up. Oh yeah, we're so cool. We're both Batman," because they're both wearing bat costumes. And they hold Martha at gunpoint for a little bit, but then Bruce knocks over a big bat like statue that's hanging from the ceiling, and they get him. And then the gangsters are like, swear revenge on Thomas Wayne because he owned them at the charity gala.
Hold on, you're forgetting something. The guy who held Martha at gunpoint was none other than Mr. Joe Chill.
Right. And
Yeah,
Moxon
and
was the
Batman's
guy
like, "Oh,
behind this. Like, this is his gang.
Yeah.
He's like the boss.
this was his scheme."
Yeah. So now this gang has beef with Thomas Wayne in general, and Moxon has been sent to jail.
Yeah.
So now Batman knows the motive. Does someone else want to tag in?
Sure. It's getting a bit foggy. My
Nah, I can tag back in. Never
Alright,
mind.
tag
Quentin,
back
get
in,
out
tag-
of here. Get out of here.
No, I want to stay.
Get
I
outta
want to stay.
here.
The thing that happens next, there's a hive And
A
then
hive of bees.
there's bee.
Lots of bees.
There's bees everywhere.
Some are being kept, some are being exterminated.
So anyway, Batman discovers, because of the Spectre, who then tags in with the Phantom Stranger, takes him to the flashback of the prison, and is like, and he sees the crime man who Jack knows the name of,
Moxon.
and the crime man is behind bars, but Joe Chill got away, and he goes to Joe Chill and he's like, hey, you ran away. I should have you killed. And he goes, hey, what if I killed Thomas Wayne? And the Moxie goes, okay, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
He doesn't really care that much.
Make it even. Yeah, sure. That seems nice.
That works.
He says,
Is what he
whatever,
sounded
just
like
make it
on his
look like an
deathbed.
accident, he says.
And Batman gets really pissed about how casual
Yeah.
the order was, which is fair.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
And then he's
obviously killing people
like-
is bad.
He's like, hey, take me back to the Batcave. And then he does, and then Batman's like, okay, I'm gonna go get him. And the Spectre's like, yes.
Yes, that's my thing.
That's
Yeah.
My whole thing. Also, I just want to point out that Joe Chill really he's really bad at his job, because the one thing that Moxon said for him to do is make it look like an accident. He just shot them.
He just shot them.
Mm-hmm.
And left a witness.
Yep.
Yep.
Even Moxon at the start was like, I'm not I didn't want him to kill both the parents.
Yeah.
He basically at the opening he disavows Joe Chill, like that guy was
Joe
an
Chill,
idiot.
not a good guy.
See, I feel like his whole entire thing is very innocent in nature, where he's just like trying to rob places, and then Joe Chill, the upstart he is, comes in and is like, "Do you want me to murder this guy for
Do you
you?"
want
And
me
then
to
he's like,
murder Thomas Wayne? And he's like, I
"Hadn't
I
even
guess.
thought about it."
I
And then
mean,
he's like,
sure.
"I'm gonna make his whole entire family suffer," and
Like,
even
whoa, dude.
Wait.
Yeah, I think killing him would probably do that.
And Moxon's over
anyways.
here just like, I wanted to. It was a straight and narrow criminal
I've
enterprise.
never even
Just
yelled at my
wanted to
wife
steal
yet.
money from charity.
It was money that they were going to give away anyway.
Yeah.
So they find
anyway,
Joe
yeah.
Chill.
Yeah, so Batman has discovered, now that he knows his name and his face, Joe Chill, he's now an arms dealer. And he's selling a very good gun to some criminals.
And those criminals
should've
are...
gotten-
You may have heard of them.
Yeah, you may have heard of these guys. The Joker. The Penguin. The Riddler's not there for some
Riddler.
reason. But
No
basically
Riddler.
everyone else. The Imposter Mad Hatter. Solomon Grundy. Poison Ivy. Mr. Zero, not Mr. Freeze. He wasn't Mr. He's not... It's Mr. Zero. Is that everyone?
Yeah.
The Penguin?
Two-Face?
Two-Face?
Yeah, you got him.
And anyway, they're all looking to buy this cool gun. But then Batman shows up and fucking kicks the shit out of all of them.
Oh yeah,
He
he
literally-
fucks him up.
He uppercuts Grundy and Grundy's out.
He's good at what he does. He's good at what he does.
Dude, I love
Um,
Grundy's design in this.
I
He's awesome.
love Brave the Bold Grundy.
Grundy
Very
just
good.
rules.
Dude, Grundy's great.
Grundy's awesome.
Should we do another bit where we talk about Green Lantern villains? For a long
No,
time?
No.
Can you guys
no.
name one that's not Grundy or Sinestro? We've
No,
Barfleece.
no, not
Got
this
it wrong again.
No,
got it
No.
wrong again.
They can't keep
It's
getting away
Larfleeze.
with it, guys. It's not okay. We can't do this again, guys.
No one watched.
What about the
Thanksgiving
meatball one?
episode.
No.
We
Anyway,
have fully returned to the bit. Is there a bee? Is there a bee Green Lantern?
Probably.
No.
Green Lantern. Bee.
No. 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 Not
I was
like
gonna move
this.
on, but now I want to find out. Quentin, what did you
What?
find?
Oh, you know what I did find? I found a very novel concept. I'm gonna send an image.
No. Not
Mhm.
like this. Wait. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay,
It,
good.
I'm
What
not
is
good.
that? Is that
That is
Transformers?
Bumblebee from Transformers
Okay.
with a
As a
lantern
Green
ring.
Lantern.
Okay. Good job. We brought it back.
Anyway, then yeah, we brought it back. Anyway, um, Batman corners Joe Chill in his office, and it's like, hey, you killed Thomas and Martha Wayne, and he's like, but that was a lifetime ago, and Batman's like, yeah, I know it was. That's why I do this. Cause check this out. Get ready for this fucking plot twist, and he takes off his mask. And this scene's really good
Goes
because
hard.
this is the first time in all of The Brave and the Bold that we see adult Bruce Wayne.
God
Goes crazy.
damn.
Goes crazy.
Yeah, it's when he unmasks himself to show Joe Chill how bad this idiot fucked up.
He is so terrible. In this moment, Joe
This is
Chill's
this is
face
so good.
goes stone cold.
He just goes fuck.
He doesn't say that, but
He doesn't say
He-
fuck.
you can imagine
he thinks
that
about
thought
it.
That would have made this episode so good.
If Joe,
make it
if when
PG-13.
Batman takes off his head, Joe just goes, oh fuck.
Oh no.
Yeah, see, if it's PG-13, they're
Damn.
allowed one F-bomb.
Yeah, they get one fuck in the whole show.
So yeah,
It's
that
when
would
Joe
this
Chill
would be
sees
the place
Batman's
to use it
face.
for sure.
Yeah, Joe Chill sees Batman's face and he just goes, oh fuck.
Oh fuck no.
Oh no, I really, ooh.
Okay, I'd like to posit the fact that if Joe Chill hadn't killed Thomas and Martha Wayne and he hadn't killed Batman, then there would not be a market for supervillain weaponry.
Yeah, he really did make his own.
Yeah, what an entrepreneur.
What a good business scheme.
Honestly.
Anyway,
Man,
then
baby.
Batman, he picks him up by the scruff of his neck, and then the Exterminator and the Beekeeper appear, and Joe Chill turns into a bee. They're like, "Hey, Batman, what are you gonna do?
You gonna squish the bee? Or are you
Are
gonna
you
keep
gonna
it?
are you gonna use some smoke to put him to sleep?" That's what beekeepers do.
Is that really
Batman
what they
goes,
do?
if you that's how you safely
Huh.
get honey. You use smoke to either drive the bees out or put them to sleep. Then you can safely get the honey out of the hives.
That's interesting.
And then Batman goes, "I'm not about killing," and he opens his mouth and a huge puff of smoke comes out. And because of this, B Joe Chill runs away.
Because he doesn't want to go to sleep.
Yeah. So now Batman can safely get the honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then Joe Chill runs out and he goes, "Hey guys, you gotta help me. I
Guys,
fucked up really bad."
Yeah.
You gotta help me. I screwed up really bad, and Batman's doing a dumb bee metaphor.
I made
John-
Batman, guys.
I made Batman.
My bee.
I'm the reason we're stuck in with the stupid bee metaphor. It all comes back to me.
And then they
And
go.
understand when they're upset.
They're very
so
upset.
pissed.
They're very upset.
And
They try to kill him.
Yeah. And then Batman comes to his aid, and Joker's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot you were here." Here I just wrote. This actually might have been for earlier, but I wrote, "Penguin, are you really gonna let Poison Ivy order your goons around?" Penguin's the only one who brought goons, and Poison Ivy is just like, "Get him!"
and the goon. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. And then the gun accidentally goes off and brings down the building. And a big fly swatter comes down and fucking nails Joe Chill.
Yeah, the rubble of the roof that is knocked down just kills him.
And then Batman, he gets out all right, and he gets Joe Chill out from the rubble, and Joe Chill's like, "Hey, isn't it funny how I'm dying?" And then he dies.
He goes, "What is this? Some sort of chill of the night?" And then he dies.
And then credits, baby. No,
In the credits?
scene.
No.
Uh, then the Spectre cuts to the Spectre and the Phantom Stranger. Or as we have now dubbed them, the Exterminator and the Beekeeper. And the Beekeeper's like, "Hey, isn't it weird how Joe Chill died?" And the Spectre is like, "I wouldn't know. Don't ask me." And yeah,
True.
it's over. And then I know we're not talking about this, but in the immediate next episode, Batman and the Spectre hang out in the cold open like it's nothing. Like the Spectre didn't just try to fucking steal his soul.
It
Like
happened.
they just team up to
It
stop
happened.
like some Professor Milo crime.
It
It's
happened.
great.
It happened. You gotta let
But
bygones be
isn't
sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Definitely.
but isn't a Professor Milo crime the greatest crime of all?
No, I'm pretty sure the cold open for the next episode is Professor Milo trained rats to steal diamonds.
How dare
But
you.
yeah, but yeah, why not?
Anyway, we ready for Schwarbage? Or as it will from now on be known, beekeeping exterminating?
No, it can't be. It
Yeah, I'm
cannot
ready.
be.
I'm ready, baby.
Okay, we're gonna do Jack, me, Quentin.
Okay, I have a hot take here. This episode kind of rules. Kind of has great
Mhm.
casting.
Would you say it is better or worse than your favorite episode, The Terrible Trio?
I would say it's far better than the Terrible Trio. It's very well done and interesting episode that really examines the character, which you love to see. And I love these characters of Spectre and Phantom Stranger because I know they're kind of their own thing in DC. But in this episode, you could say, oh, they're their own thing. You could also say they represent like these general forces of nature slash ideals of vengeance or justice, respectively. Or you could just
Yeah,
look at these
beekeeping.
characters and kind of like to think about it as like you don't have to say. No, I'm not actually talking about the beekeeper thing. None of this episode, none of this episode, like none of this episode before the actual confrontation with the villains. You don't have to believe that any of that really happened. And it still is a compelling and sensical episode that's just a pure look into Bruce's psyche. Like, you can imagine that these two characters are just purely elements of his psyche, and that. This might just be too much of a stretch, but, like, what? Like, all this stuff that happened could just be. Like, all the. Like, with his. Like, at the convention, like, at the gala, like, that could just be completely imagined.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I don't know. I just thought that you can there's different angles you can look at this from, and that makes it very interesting and enjoyable to me. And yeah, obviously, Brave and the Bold just rules generally. Great animation, great music, great casting. I'm giving this a Schway without a second thought.
I'm sorry, Jack. You gave it a what?
A Schway, baby.
I'm sorry, a what?
Oh, all right. What did we decide with the new? I'm keeping this. I'm beekeeping this
You're
episode.
keeping it? Okay, good. Okay, good. Yeah, I think this episode also deserves to be kept by a beekeeper. Um, I mean, it goes hard. Like I don't really have much to add after everything Jack said, except just like the legendary bringing together of three Batman. For some reason, the only one they did get Batman from the Batman.
Unfortunately.
He's like the only major one not here that you got Adam West, you got Kevin Conroy. It's just really cool to see them all working on this project together. And it's one that treats the character with such respect and really feels like this kind of ultimate story. I love it a lot. I love it a lot. It's Schway.
To be or not to be?
Bees.
That is the question. I really don't think that my little segment here is going to be aimed as much at a general review of this topic as it is me mentally weighing this before my favorite episode of The Brave and the Bold, which is and has been stated to have been Mayhem of the Music Meister. And I'll say it. I'm always going to be a fan of Mayhem. Like it's amazing, it's unprecedented, it's original. I love it so much.
We gave
However,
it a unanimous Schway.
This is a penultimate Batman animated series episode. This might be the Batman animated episode ever. Because it just brings everything together, every element.
Well, don't say that. You haven't watched all of Beware the Batman yet.
Shut up. No. No.
Never.
We're not.
No, don't talk. We were so
Don't
close
sully
to
this
going
with
all
Beware the
episode
Batman.
without talking about Beware the Batman. We were so close.
This is everything to a Batman. Like, if you have somebody who likes Batman and they haven't seen Brave and the Bold, they don't even need to watch the whole entire show. I would say recommend them this episode. It's a celebration of Batman as a franchise and as a whole, and I really, really love it for that. So, yeah, Schway.
Let's
Sorry,
go.
what was that?
What were the options again?
Do you want to keep it or exterminate it?
Let's keep it.
Woo!
Unanimous keeper. Unanimous keeper.
Unanimously kept.
Mm-hmm. I think in part 1 I said we're going to have trouble doing something funnier than that. And I thought something else should be the episode title. But I think now we got to do something with the bees.
Not the
Not the bees.
guys, there's one more thing I kind of want to shout out related to this episode.
Yeah,
One more
go for
bit.
it.
This is not part of the actual episode itself. While we were talking about it, just to make sure I kind of remembered the general structure of the plot and didn't say things in the wrong order, I opened up the Wikipedia page for Chill of the Night, right? And you know Wikipedia, so some words are blue on Wikipedia,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So,
Clickable links.
yeah, clickable links. On the plot summary, such words as Batman, Zatanna, those are blue, right? The Spectre, Phantom Stranger, Joe Chill, and some even like the word supervillains, like will bring you to the general concept of supervillains, which I think is kind of funny. One that really got me is this line that describes. So this is when Joe Chill is revealing that he caused the existence of Batman. And it says, panicked, Joe Chill begs the villains for protection against Batman, revealing that he is, and then this next part is blue, indirectly responsible for the hero's existence by killing his parents. That whole part is blue. It leads to the article entitled Unintended Consequences.
Oh my god! What?
The Wikipedia page for
Unintended
unintended
consequences.
consequences.
Yeah, that's all I have to say. I love that.
What the hell? What the fuck?
And again, the entire phrase that is blue is indirectly responsible for the hero's existence by killing his parents. That whole phrase is blue.
This might be our best episode, guys. I think we did it. I think we nailed it.